And grandparents, tell your kids. Inquire today. Start next week. Visit foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
Why are people saying Hugh yeah to Jackson Hewitt? Find out before it's too late. Hurry into Jackson Hewitt today.
I'm Brett Matschke, and you're due for service.
Richlands.
Step back three. It's a contested shot. It doesn't matter. Game time here in the fourth quarter.
The Bucks travel east to topple the number one standing Celtics. With our coverage starting tonight at 6 on your home for the Bucks. News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
At 1 o'clock, it's 31 degrees right now in Milwaukee. We get a bit of the sun today, but those wind gusts keep it cool with a high of 36 degrees. Tonight, it's mainly clear with a low of 24 degrees. Tomorrow will be cloudy and snow late tomorrow night with a high of 35 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Julia Fellow. Your top story, demolition at the former Northridge Mall is underway right now as we speak. The old Boston store is coming down. The city of Milwaukee took full possession of it in late January. While no formal plan has been released, the city expects to pursue a complete redevelopment of the site with a mix of uses. They remind the public to stay away at this time. A former Milwaukee Department of Public Works employee is accused of embezzling hundreds of thousands of dollars from the city by underreporting the sales of DPW equipment. We're talking about John Deere and big trucks. Urban Milwaukee's Jeremy Janane tells WTMJ's Political Power Hour federal plea agreements show Kyle Hepp and Kelly Whitmore Bailing sold a bulk of equipment to an individual just named RG at the Central Repair Garage on Canal Street. Hepp and Whitmore Bailing face up to 15 years in prison and more than $350,000 in restitution and fines if convicted. More staffing is coming to a Wisconsin prison. Waupun Correctional is under scrutiny because of 4 inmate deaths in the last year and a spike in lockdowns there. Waupun Mayor tells WTMJ's spanning the state that prison staff is overworked.
The overtime that the men and women are working who are actually there is nuts, and we're beating them up and we're wearing them down. So we need to give the correctional officers some relief. We need to get them some help that'll help morale amongst the work staff, and I think that'll help morale amongst the inmates as well.
Bishop says help is on the way. More than 270 cadets recently graduated from the Department of Corrections' 6-week training academy. The state of Texas has made its case for the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in defense of its new immigration policy.
Senate Bill 4 creates a misdemeanor for coming into Texas between the ports of entry and allows local police to enforce it. Texas Solicitor General Aaron Nielsen argues that because people associated with drug cartels sometimes enter that way,
Texas has a right to defend itself.
But Assistant U.S. Attorney Daniel Tenney says the Supreme Court has long held that
the federal government has to have control over the immigration system.
SB 4 is on hold while the Court of Appeals weighs its merits. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Dallas.
Governor Tony Evers has signed a bill aimed at jump-starting creation of electric vehicle charging networks along our highways. The Wisconsin Department of Transportation is going to use $78 million in federal funds under President Biden's bipartisan infrastructure law. It'll begin construction on this network. Under the bill, users of the charging stations will be charged about 3 cents per kilowatt with a tax. Taking a look at your market, time about your money at WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow is up 12 at 39,122. NASDAQ is down 6 at 16,158. And S&P is down 3 at 5,176. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Financial planning at every level. Details at annexwealth.com. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 104.
The NBA season is here. College basketball is hurtling toward the craziness of March, and there is no easier way to get in on the action than with Underdog Fantasy and their Pick'em game. Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik. Underdog Fantasy. Check out their easy-to-use mobile app or visit UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with the promo code WTMJ And Underdog Fantasy will match your first deposit up to $100, plus they'll give you a mystery special pick to use on your first pick'em entry. Pick between 2 and 5 players on at least 2 different teams. Select higher or lower on player stats. And if your picks hit, you can win up to 100 times your money. Mix the NBA with college basketball. Throw in a little golf. It's Underdog Fantasy. Promo code WTMJ. Have your first deposit of $10 or more matched up to $100, plus your special pick. Must be 18 years or older and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms do apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
It's easy to think all money managers are pretty much the same. But at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different? How? You sell high-commission investment products, right?
No. Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission-based investment products.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Nope, never at Fisher. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our client's best interest. It's the highest standard of care for a financial advisor.
How do you know what's in their best interest?
We get to know our clients and then tailor a portfolio based on their goals and needs.
But you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No, we have one transparent management fee, structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, you really do look out for your clients.
That's because our top priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. It might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. It's a matchup of 2 of the best teams in the Eastern Conference tonight as our Bucks take on the Celtics in Boston. Coverage begins at 6 o'clock on WTMJ. Brew Crew have won 5 straight Cactus League games. They will take on the field in Arizona Thursday night. Opening day is 1 week from tomorrow in New York against the Mets. Taking a look at the traffic, everything looks like it's on time. One incident I see is in Dane County near the village of Marshall, getting off of 94 westbound, exit at 73. If you're going northbound on 73, right there, the right shoulder's blocked because of a disabled vehicle. Here's your Storm Team 4 5-day forecast. Today, it's breezy. You get to see the sun, wind gusts up to 25 miles an hour. The high is 36 degrees. Tonight will be clear, a low of 24. Tomorrow, it's going to be cloudy. Snow. Yes, snow late at night tomorrow, the high 35. Then Friday morning, a snow mix likely, and we'll have some accumulation, we hear, with a high of 37. Saturday, mostly sunny and chilly, high of 33. Saturday gets a little bit warmer, high of 39, increasing clouds, and maybe a snow mix late. In Madison right now, the temperature is 32 degrees. Green Bay 27, Waukesha 32 degrees. Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time 107.
65,498 square miles. We've got a lot to cover, so let's get to it. This is Spanning the State. Here's your host, Kristen Bry.
Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. Today, a new home for old dogs in Baraboo. How obsessed is Wisconsin when it comes to basketball in March? Wisconsin also ranks dead last in this. And if you've had a chance, if you have the chance to ever watch Giannis and Thanasis do something besides play basketball live, we have the opportunity for you. And Ryan Noonan, 2 days in a row.
Back. Unbelievable. Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure. I don't know what's going on here. Technical issues. We've been having technical issues all day.
We're having a great day.
So the fact that we are on the air is a miracle.
It is literally the definition of hump day for us. We just have to get through it. We just have to get over it.
We'll be fine. We got a great show, so I'm glad everybody's here. I'm glad to be here with you. So, yeah, let's get to it.
My first question for you, Brian. Have you seem like a guy who's potentially had a variety of jobs in your life. Maybe some that you've liked more than others.
Sure.
Have you ever quit any of those jobs in a dramatic fashion?
I was thinking about this. No, but I have ghosted a couple jobs where I just left one day and never returned.
Never came back.
Never came back.
Did you answer the phone when they called you? Like, hey, where are you?
No, I don't know if it was mutual because they never really tried to track me down. I left and I went, I can't do this anymore. And they must have felt the same way because it was like, hey, where are you today? It was just like, ooh, thank God he left so we didn't have to fire him.
Can you say what the job was?
It was working construction.
Oh.
I was working for a contractor, and I'm not handy, but I was doing labor stuff, and I had dinged up one of the pickup trucks, and it was just not good. It wasn't a good fit, and so I left one day after I had dinged up the pickup truck, and the next day I just didn't go in, and they never called me back. So I was like, oh, look at that. That was the easiest breakup of my life.
That is also, that's great when that happens.
Yes.
You're like, oh, we just both were on the same page about this.
Yeah.
We never have to talk about it again.
Right.
Great.
I don't have to go in. You know what? Keep the last day's pay, fix the dent in the truck, whatever. I'm good. That's fine.
All right. So no Jerry Maguire moment for you.
How about you?
I don't think so. I actually also haven't. I'm someone who really never wants to burn a bridge.
Okay.
And so every job I've ever left has always been, and I'm also just a touchy-feely person.
Yeah.
And the relationships I built and wanting to like have my integrity and stuff. So I've never just like done a bird.
Right.
I'm out.
Well, and I still
out
come
the door.
from that generation where you give 2 weeks notice, which I guess now is not a thing, according to my daughter, who's quit a job because she had another job lined up. But, and I also never wanted to quit. I'm like that guy in Office Space, the one they end up putting down in the basement with the stapler, who never really knows that he's done, that he's fired. Like, and one day your key just doesn't work, and you go, oh, okay, I guess I'm not working here anymore.
Well, I would love to hear from you listening. So you can either give us a text, give us a call, 855-616-1620. Have you ever quit your job in a dramatic fashion? And let's actually, if we have the Jerry Maguire clip, because I feel like that is, at least in cinematic history, one of the most dramatic exits someone could have.
If anybody else wants to come with me, this moment will be the moment of something real and fun and inspiring in this God-forsaken business, and we will do it together. Who's coming with me? Who's coming with me? Who's coming with me?
Nobody.
Well, Renee Zellweger.
Yeah, sure,
Renee Zellweger will come with you. And the only other one is from Half Baked, which we can't play on air because there is a F you, you're cool, I'm out. And so those are two of the more famous ones. But there is a dramatic exit in a Wisconsin town that we're going to talk about when we come back. Some workers in Mineral Point, Wisconsin did a little bit more than just ghost their employer.
That's right.
So he is Brian Noonan. I am Kristen Bry. We would love to hear from you on dramatic exits from a job. 855-616-1620. This is Spanning the State.
What's up, Milwaukee? I'm here. Tonight's Antetokounmpo. My first live ever analysis with some guy. I don't know. You see his name.
Antetokounmpo throws it down, and a foul. Giannis on the alley-oop.
You can get your tickets at TALiveshow.com. Can't wait for you guys to see Friday night with Giannis. All ages. You know what? Just be there.
Thanalysis, live at Potawatomi Casino Hotel on March 22nd. Presented by Curveless Ready-to-Drink Cocktails. Get your tickets now at TALiveshow.com.
Griffin is your one-stop shop this March. For just $179.95, enjoy an oil change, tire rotation, air filter, wiper blades, multi-point inspection, battery check, and heat inspection. North, south, or west, wherever you are in town, Griffin guarantees to cover your automotive needs. Call or visit us today for details and restrictions. Griffin, your spring drive starts here.
Hey, boaters! No, I wasn't eavesdropping. I just happened to overhear him talking about us. He said if you know what you're looking for, just rummage around. You'll find it. And it's true, because we stock more boat parts and accessories than anyone. Even those oddball parts you thought you'd never find. This is Dave Doro, and boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey, boaters! Cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water. Hey, boaters!
Truly the best supplier around for all of our boating needs. This place is magic. I call it my candy store for boating parts. This is Dave Doro from Kendor Marine. And yeah, I said it, but these are the actual words of our satisfied and loyal customers. Boaters in the know exactly where to go. And there's a reason. We've got it all for our boater buddies. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey, boaters! Cruise to Kendor Marine, we got everything you need but the water.
Take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more. A woman done left and took all the reason I was working for.
Take your job and shove it. Is that, have you ever said that to an employer? Have you ever left making it very known that you will not be returning and why you are so disgruntled?
Make a scene, let everybody in the place know that you're leaving. There is no question I will not be here tomorrow.
855-616-1620. Have you ever quit in dramatic fashion? He is Brian Noonan. I am Kristen Bry, and this is Spanning the State. And we're talking about this because there was an entire store in Mineral Point, Wisconsin, where the workers walked out. But before we get to the story, let's get John on the phone, who has a similar story.
Yeah, I worked at a restaurant that was in Hales Corners a while ago. Well, actually, I was probably 16 years old, and now I'm 62. So do the math.
Oh wow, okay.
It was a while ago. Okay.
Yeah, a while ago, and I was hired as a busboy, starting out brand new, first day as a busboy, and there were 3 other busboys, and it was a Friday night fish fry. 2 levels to this restaurant. So we're working crazy trying to keep up with all these tables. And all of a sudden, it really got busy. And I'm like, what happened? Well, so-and-so went home sick. Another one of our busboys. So I'm like, well, we all got to step it up. Well, then another guy goes home sick. Now we're really working. Then they came back and said, oh, so-and-so went home sick, too.
What was in the water?
It sounds fishy, John.
Yeah. Out of the 4 of us, 3 of the other guys, the other kids, said, "Oh, the heck with this," and they left. And they said, "I'm sick. So now they're yelling. They're like yelling at me to hurry up. I'm like, you got 2 levels here. I can't be in 2 places at once. I'm working as fast as I can. And finally, it just got too much. It was my first day. Probably my first job, really. And I just panicked. The first door that I saw, I walked right out the back. I got to the street and I called my dad. Can you come get me? and they actually called me back the next day. Said, "Yo, you're a really hard worker. We want to talk to you first before we accept you back." I said, No. That ain't gonna happen.
I'm out of here.
I love it. I love the Irish goodbye for a job. That's fantastic.
Oh yeah, we had another place too that I was skimming all the tips, and it was a Friday night fish fry, and we all knew about it. We caught on, and the owners were skimming the tips, and we were getting nothing near what we should have been getting. And all the people in the restaurant all got together, and we all said at 4:00 on Friday we're walking out. Okay, it was a big secret. The place is humping at 4:00, packed full of people. Boom! We all got up and we all took off our
nice
our uniforms.
Did you throw an apron on the ground and stomp on it?
We left that place sitting. There had to be hundreds of people in that restaurant, and fish fry night too.
Sure, fish fry night very busy.
Everybody walked out. Waitresses, busboys, cooks, everybody. We all walked out, left them there.
That's pretty dramatic. Thanks for the call, John. That actually reminds me of this story because the fact that you covered this a little bit on WTMJ
we talked about it last night.
And so basically it's a Dollar General.
Right. It's a Dollar General in Mineral Springs. And the employees all got together. They were very upset about the donation policy at Dollar General. They thought because there were some things that had hit the expiration date that were still good, I'm not a stickler for the expiration date, so they were like, "Well, this could be donated." And the Dollar General upper management, not the store manager, because she was part of this, said, "You know what? No, we're not. We donate a lot of stuff." And so all the employees got together. They took some crayons off the shelf, made some signs, and they all walked out. And one of the signs was like, "We will not work for the store is closed." The whole team has walked away. Another sign said, "We quit. We're sorry for our customers." Now, of course, Dollar General is like, well, we donate a lot, especially from the Mineral Springs store. We donate a lot of food to the local food pantries and all of that. But we're not going to comment on this incident. They opened the store the next day. I don't know with who.
I know that was my question of who did they employ. Because it sounds like these people were not very excited about.
No, they didn't want to work
coming
at
back.
Dollar General anyway. But I'm guessing somebody got home and went, you know what I did today? I walked out. Get back to the store. Shut up. You didn't walk out. Go back to your
spouse
job.
was like, we need you to have this job.
Yeah,
you need to go
exactly.
apologize.
Please, just go back. I know you were the one who scrawled "We quit" on the sign, but they don't know that. They're not going to hire a handwriting expert. Just get back.
And so if you want to see the signs that they put in, because it's one thing for everyone to walk out, similar to what John said. I mean, I think to walk out in the middle of a Friday fish fry
fantastic.
is a statement.
Did you find it odd that all of John's walkout stories happened during Friday fish fries?
Well, there's 52 of them in a year, so
there are.
the likelihood that it could happen is fairly high.
Just seemed a little odd.
We're also in Wisconsin.
That's true. Okay, fair enough.
But if you would like to see the signs that the employees put on the Dollar General store, they actually are posted on Facebook, and we have the link for you. So if you text $dollar to 855-616-1620, we will send you the link so you can see the signs. And so there was one that said, like you said, "We quit." There was one that said this store is closed.
Which ironically is right next to a sign saying Dollar General is hiring. Apply today. And on the we're closed side, it said we're overworked and underpaid. And on the next window, it says, hey, come join our team. We'd love to have you here at Dollar General.
And so this is not to be confused because there is Dollar General, which is what this chain is.
Mm-hmm.
There's also Dollar Tree and Family Dollar, but Dollar Tree and Family Dollar are a different ownership company.
Different ownership. Dollar, one of them bought out the other a couple years ago. So now those two are a dollar store
family.
Yeah, dollar store superstore, a conglomeration, a monopoly. And the weird, I didn't know this, that all the dollar stores are kind of targeted toward different audiences.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Dollar Tree is more of they put those out in the suburbs. They're supposed to be a little higher end than Family Dollar. Family Dollar is more in urban areas for real low income customers. Even though it's the same company and basically the same merchandise, it's just targeted a little different. And this company, the parent company of both, has come under a lot of scrutiny lately because of poor working conditions, safety conditions. They had to pay out a giant settlement because they were selling products that had been stored in a rat-infested warehouse in West Memphis. Yeah. John Oliver did a huge piece on them a couple of months ago, and it was eye-opening because do you shop at any of the dollar stores?
So we have a Dollar General near our house that, in a pinch.
Yeah.
Sure.
What do you go in there for?
I think my husband actually just went in there this weekend and got some milk. And
oh my God, that was one of the things.
What else
that was
did he
one of
get?
the things that was the milk in the Dollar Tree Family Dollar one. The milk was just sitting on the dock because they don't have enough people to unload it. Oh,
and then still selling it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I finished that milk, and I'm here to tell about it. So
I
think we're fine.
I'm not saying this store in particular, but I go in there for tissue paper, greeting cards, cheesy decorations for a birthday party or something like that. That's it. The only food stuff that I would buy at a dollar store is a candy. As I'm checking out.
No other food.
No
chips? I feel like any processed food that you would get anywhere.
Chips, maybe. I just don't buy chips a lot, but yeah, maybe. But they're and there's been a lot of data on this too. Their toothpaste and stuff is more expensive. You can find it at another place for, about the same price. It's not Honduran toothpaste, and no shade on Hondurans. No, I don't throw shade at Honduras. But it's been a lot of. Well, then we have a little bit of the John Oliver piece.
Today, two companies dominate this particular retail landscape: Dollar General and Dollar Tree, which also owns Family Dollar. These two corporations operate more than 35,000 dollar stores in the US. That is more than all Walmart, Starbucks, and McDonald's combined. And they have earnings to match. Last year, Dollar General made $2.4 billion in profit, while Dollar Tree made $1.6 billion.
All $1 at a time.
And their growth has been fueled by targeting low-income customers, singling out communities that have been marginalized economically, often rural areas and neighborhoods of color. Today...
There you go. $1 at a time.
$1 at a time.
$1 at a time. Well, now it's $1 and a
companies.
quarter.
Well, now it's also because things aren't actually $1 anymore.
No, $1
because
and a
of
quarter, and a
inflation.
lot of it, yeah.
All right, well, we'll keep this going after the break. He is Brian Noonan. I am Kristen Bry, and this is Spanning the State.
Tony Drake here from Drake & Associates. Big news. Our Retirement Ready radio show is moving to a new time slot. Catch us at noon every Saturday. At Drake & Associates, we craft tailor-made plans that not only meet your financial needs, but align seamlessly with your unique lifestyle. Tune in at noon on Saturdays and get retirement ready.
Drake & Associates, LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates, LLC does not provide legal or tax advice.
Getting up to 5% back is easy at Fleet Farm. Fleet Rewards members can earn up to 5% back on every purchase, in-store and online. The earnings stack up automatically. The more you buy, the more you earn. No rebates, no coupons, no hassles. And Fleet Rewards membership is easy, so sign up now and start earning up to 5% back on everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. Some exclusions apply.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Stop into Ken Michaels Furniture for our sale on Bradenton Young. Made in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, Bradenton Young is an American icon in quality leather upholstery. Whether you are looking for a power recliner or stationary seating, BY's Furniture is made with enduring quality, outstanding comfort, and timeless styling. Save 35% now on Bradenton Young upholstery at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield and Greenfield. Visit us today.
The sooner you address your joint pain, the better. You really don't want your pain to become chronic, to a point when surgery may become your only option. Address your joint pain issues early and calm down that inflammation and increase your mobility. Get the joints moving again and the blood circulating. That could be very beneficial. Plus, why not just feel better sooner? By coming to Rejuvenex, at the very least we can alleviate your pain, so you can feel and move better to help you live a better quality of life. Don't you deserve at least that? Multi-joint treatments at Rejuvenex can cost as little as, well, nothing. That's because we are in-network with almost all major insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicaid. So you really have nothing to lose, except a very good chance of living with a lot less pain. This is Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Clinics, where we can alleviate your pain and rejuvenate your life.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your appointment.
I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. Hey, hey, well, I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need.
No perishable food items at dollar stores. Don't do it. Bottom of the food chain, don't do it. That is from the talk and text line, the 920. Telling
Good
me
advice.
to maybe not drink the milk from Dollar General.
I'm very excited to learn this. I asked during the break if you actually fed your baby Dollar General milk, which I know people do. Again, no shade on you, but, you know.
I mean, I think through proxy of
Oh,
what
that's-
I eat,
oh,
she
that's
eats.
true.
Yes, but no,
Oh,
I did not.
boy.
I did not put that milk in her bottle.
All right, yeah, I just know that. The reason we brought this up with the Dollar Tree and the Dollar General, or Family Dollar rather, is that they're closing 1,000 stores.
Yes,
and a lot of them are across Wisconsin. But this fact about why they're closing, you found very telling.
So the Dollar Tree CEO Rick Drelling blamed inflation, which.
Sure.
You know, I think if you think about it, you're trying to sell everything for $1, if everything now costs more than that,
Exactly.
You're not. How are you going to keep making $1 billion a year?
Yeah, it's really.
But he blamed inflation. But more interesting, he also blamed the decrease in SNAP benefits, which is food stamps.
Right.
And it goes back to what you were saying as far as who the target audience is, and the effects of changing food stamps and changing SNAP benefits. But the company also faced challenges since outbidding Dollar General in 2015 to acquire Family Dollar for $8 billion. Right. So maybe they haven't made up what they spent for Family Dollar.
I know it is just pure perception, but if I had to go into one of the three, I go into Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree, see, I don't know.
I feel like I don't pay enough attention to know the differences between the three.
I don't either, because I only go into Dollar Tree. Maybe because that's the one that was
closest to your house.
I have gone, like, when I lived in L.A., and you probably remember the 99-cent store.
Yes.
Yes, 99-cent store, the precursor to all these dollar stores, because they went out of business because they were selling stuff too cheap. Had to go from 99 cents to $1. But I don't know. I go in for tissue paper for like at Christmas time, gift bags. That's you're an idiot if you buy a gift bag anywhere but the dollar
wrapping
store.
Paper.
Yeah, wrapping paper. Well, not so much. Yeah, wrapping paper, gift bags, tissue paper, the occasional box of Goobers.
Is that your go-to candy?
It's one of them, yeah. Especially if it's on the end cap there, and I go, for $1, So by the time I get home, the Goobers will be gone. It's perfect timing. But yeah, I'm not a denizen of I'm not a dollar store aficionado. I don't have all the layouts, but I do know every one I go into, they're crowded and they're messy.
All right. Well, when we come back, there's a new home in Baraboo for old dogs where sick and aging canines can peacefully spend the final years of their lives. Sighting Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 1:30. ABC News and local headlines are next.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. The Federal Reserve announcing interest rates will remain unchanged. ABC's Alexis Christoforous has more.
We were expecting this to be the decision today, so the focus was really on what is the Fed going to do moving forward. Back in December, Fed policymakers were looking at 3 interest rate cuts at some point this year, and along with this decision today, it looks like that has not changed. The Fed's still expecting to cut interest rates 3 times this year.
The Fed's funds rate remains between 5.25% and 5.5%. The EPA announcing its most ambitious vehicle emission standards for new vehicles. The agency says those standards for model years 2027 to 2032 are expected to reduce emissions in the U.S. by over 7 billion metric tons through 2025. A third former Mississippi law enforcement officer has been sentenced to 17 and a half years for targeting and torturing 2 black men. This is
Sighting Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 1:31. Milwaukee police need your help finding a driver who hit a pedestrian then took off. This happened near 13th and Atkinson yesterday afternoon. A 61-year-old pedestrian was rushed to the hospital with injuries after this crash. It took place just after 2. The vehicle is described as a blue 4-door 2006 to 2007 Honda Accord with a black front bumper and extensive damage to the windshield. We have more details and a photo of the car at our website, WTMJ.com. Governor Tony Evers has signed a bill aimed at jumpstarting the creation of electric vehicle charging networks across our state's highways. The Wisconsin Department of Transportation will receive and administer about $80 million in federal funds under President Biden's bipartisan infrastructure law, and it will begin construction on the network. Under this bill, the users of charging stations would be charged 3 cents per kilowatt per hour tax. And it's one of the first signs of spring in Milwaukee, which started yesterday. Peregrine falcon eggs. We Energy reports the first peregrine egg of 2024 was laid at the Valley Power Plant in Milwaukee. More eggs are coming as peregrines tend to lay their eggs in the early part of spring. You can watch the live stream of the nest boxes and see the current egg. It is orange in color, so beautiful, at our website, WTMJ.com. Time for some news about your money at the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow is up 115 at 39,226. S&P is up 11 at 5,190. And NASDAQ is up 68 at 16,235. It's a great time for your retirement and investment strategy. Review from a fee-only fiduciary. Go to annexwealth.com and click the Get Started button right now. Taking a look at your roads, everything looks green and good except for on I-94 West at ramp from 70th Street. That right shoulder is blocked because we're told there's a disabled vehicle there. It was last updated less than 15 minutes ago. Here's your Storm Team 4 5-day forecast. Right now, the high is going to be 36 degrees. There's lots of wind, a little bit of sun here, breezy and cool. Tonight, mainly clear, a low of 24 degrees. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy and snow late at night. Yes, snow. The high is 35. Then Friday morning, snow to a mix likely. Some accumulation we hear. The high is 37. Saturday, you'll see the sun. It'll be really chilly though, high of 33. And Sunday, increasing clouds, mixed late, high of 39. In Madison, it's 32 degrees. Green Bay, 30 degrees. Waukesha, 30 degrees. Setting unlimited WTMJ news time, 1:34.
This report is sponsored by Diamonds Direct. Your love, their passion.
Hey, boss. What's got you so down today?
We just lost another customer to Diamonds Direct. Guy's been with us for years. Went over there and, well, now he's in love with those people. I don't know what they do.
Want me to go secret shop Diamonds Direct again, sir?
Remind me what we learned the last time you did that.
Well, you know, they're really good, sir. They got like 10 times the selection we have. They have those top designers that we're not allowed to carry. They're telling people the inside secrets on how to buy diamonds. They give free service on stuff like cleaning and sizing, the things you charge extra for. And they're nice people. Everybody's smiling over there.
Okay, stop. I know. It's impossible to compete with Diamonds Direct. I mean, even my accountant just upgraded his wife's engagement ring there and got her a 3-carat.
Wait a minute. I thought your brother was your accountant.
He is.
Are you getting all you deserve from your jeweler? You might be surprised. Maybe it's time to get the value, the selection, the quality, the education, and the service you deserve at Diamonds Direct. Get details, showroom hours, directions, and more at diamondsdirect.com.
So there are some things all real estate agents do, and there are certain things some agents do. Most of us are full service. Some charge 6% commission for full service. We charge 3.9%. But one person's full service isn't exactly equal to the others. And it's important that you know there is a difference. You're going to want an agent who is reliable, responsive, that feels like they're working for you to live up to all the expectations you have when hiring a full-service agent. You'll find that at Benefit Realty, where you pay less for full service. This is Angela Calais with Benefit Realty. When it comes to getting the peak price for your home sale, it's all a matter of eyeballs. The more people we get your home listing in front of, the more opportunities arise. At Benefit Realty, we are ultra confident in promising you maximum exposure to your listing. We want to sell it fast and for as much as we can for you. That way, all sides win. And I have to believe that's why we've achieved the strong growth that we have. Maximum exposure means maximum home sale value. Benefit-realty.com.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
All right, are you concerned that we all did the same hand movement when the song started? All three of us, without any sort of rehearsal, just all did the same.
It was like a
little-
synchronized
Yes.
dance. How old is it? I feel like I was in middle school when this song came out.
Yeah, I was still young and vibrant when this song came out. What happened?
You had the whole dance down?
Oh, I could move. My knees didn't hurt. Everything was great. It was fantastic.
Welcome back to Spanning the State. I'm Kristen Bragg. He is Brian Noonan, and I just heard about a new home in Wisconsin for old dogs, where sick and aging canines can peacefully spend the final years of their lives.
Sanctuary is nestled on a 36-acre property for the 7 senior residents to roam, rest, and receive care. It leads to a life much different than the ones most had in shelters and rescues.
We're giving them, the love and the space to be themselves, even if they can't hold their bladders, even if they get a little confused, even if they can't see or hear.
So that was from WBAY, an interview with Jane's Journey Home, which was officially opened last year. And like they said, it's a 36-acre property, which is
That's
lot
a
of
lot of
space.
land, yeah.
And it's a home. It's a home for sick and aging dogs.
That's beautiful. I unabashedly, I am a dog person.
Me too.
I
Same.
love dogs, and the fact that there's a place for them to go. And she said part of the reason she did this is because she was hearing about dogs being euthanized too early in shelters, just because they got to a certain age or they had some medical issues. It was easier for these shelters, which are overstocked anyway, to put the dogs down. And so to have the space to do this and the desire to do this is it's phenomenal.
Well, it took about 10 years for them to get this up and running because Jane Barton, who was the woman who it's named after, she died after a 10-month battle with cancer.
Okay.
And so then through using money in her trust, her son, Larry, opened Jane's Journey.
That's beautiful.
And I just think this isn't Baraboo, and I just think it's such a wonderful story. And it made me start thinking because you just got a new pup.
Not
She's
a pup. We have we have a 9-year-old dog. We have a 9-year-old dog at home. And our second dog, who was about 12, passed away about 6 months ago. And so, like anybody, when you lose a pet, you're trying to figure out, is this
fill
good
that
time?
hole?
Yeah. Do we want another dog? Do we, we have the dog that's here and we love him. He's great. But over the last few months, my wife has always wanted a small dog. Small, like fluffy dog, and part of it, and I never did because look at me. Do I look like I should be walking around a tiny little dog? But then my daughter got a little dog, and he's pretty cool, so I liked him. Anyway, long story short, last Wednesday we adopted an 8-year-old mixed breed from the same shelter where we had gotten 3 dogs previously, and that was one of my conditions because a dog is a long-term commitment, as you know. You have an older dog.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, well, if we can find a dog kind of in the same window, that would be great. And senior dogs, anybody who works at a humane society or shelter will tell you, puppies are cute, and everybody wants puppies. A lot of people don't want to take on an older dog for whatever reason. They have a lot more chance of having behavior issues because they've been around a long time, just like people. They could get sick. And some people just want the cuteness of a puppy. I don't have the energy for a puppy anymore. Puppies are nonstop. Well, you have a baby, which is exponentially harder than a puppy, so you know what it's like to have something depend on you nonstop.
Well, and we rescued Cliff,
okay,
our 13-year-old Chihuahua. He was 10 at the time.
Wow.
But I always similar. I thought I wanted a big dog.
Yeah.
I wanted a big dog that I could wrestle with.
Right.
And when my husband came home with the Chihuahua, I was like, this is not what I was expecting. But I love him dearly. And I also, it was the expectation, I'm never going to do a puppy again. Because he was so well trained. Mm-hmm. He's such a good boy. He's you can just tell that we're making the last years of his life.
Right.
The best he's ever had.
And that's part of it. I know family members of mine, they all buy dogs, fancy dogs, and the dogs are wonderful. And if that's what you want to do, okay. But I think rescue dogs, and especially older rescue dogs, at some point they were somebody's pet. So they come to you with a little baggage, but they are trained. Like Maisie, who just came to our house last week, she lets us know when she has to go outside. She'll sit down for a treat. And she's already learned some bad habits from Lawson, our other dog, about, the trick of, I have to go out and go to the bathroom. No, I'm turning around and coming in because I get a treat when I come in. No, you don't. Not this time.
Cliff does the exact same thing. And you know what he always does it? After he spent too much time with his grandmother, my mom.
See? Yeah. Oh, our daughter is like, you cannot, Walter is her dog. It's a Chihuahua, wiener dog mix, a Chiweenie.
That's a great name.
And he's a great dog, but she's like, do not give him too many treats because he learned from our dogs. So he goes out, he comes in, treat time, huh? And they know I'm the sucker. So if my wife goes in the kitchen, they'll follow, but she's more hard line. If I go in, they know, if all of us stand here and wag our tails and look at him, he's going to cough up a treat.
He's a sucker.
I am a sucker.
We got this guy pegged.
That's exactly the truth.
All right. Well, we would love to hear about any organizations that do rescues or something like Jane's Journey Home that takes care of older dogs or for your furry animals. Give them a shout out on the text line 855-616-1620. I know Maddock does a really good job in Milwaukee. Yeah. We got Cliff from Rescue Gang. There's so many good organizations in Wisconsin doing really great work with animals because I think I might misspeak here, but I'm pretty sure we're a state where we don't.
No-kill state.
No-kill state.
You look and you go, well. Sometimes there's sticker shock when you go to rescue a dog at a shelter, and then you realize how much it costs for these shelters to operate and the upkeep and keeping these dogs healthy and happy and comfortable until somebody decides to bring them home.
I think I misspoke. We kill less.
All right.
That's why a lot of the dogs from the South come up here, but I don't think we're actually a no-kill state.
Our last dog was from the South, which explains his laconic demeanor.
Cliff is from Texas.
Is he?
Yeah.
See?
All right. Well, we would love to hear any shout-outs you have for animal organizations that are doing good work. 855-616-1620. This is Spanning the State on WTMJ.
Sharks. Most people see them as a threat, but we see a potential cure. At UW Health Carbone Cancer Center, we're the only team in the world researching whether antibodies from sharks can be used to fight cancer. A discovery that would revolutionize the future of cancer care, turning possibilities into remarkable realities. So one day, instead of what if, we can ask what's next. UW Health Carbone Cancer Center. Remarkable.
Hey, boaters!
Truly the best supplier around for all of our boating needs. This place is magic. I call it my candy store for boating parts. This is Dave Doro from Kendor Marine. And yeah, I said it, but these are the actual words of our satisfied and loyal customers. Boaters in the know exactly where to go, and there's a reason. We've got it all for our boater buddies. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey, boaters! Cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water. Hey, boaters!
Now, I wasn't eavesdropping. I just happened to overhear him talking about us. He said if you know what you're looking for, just rummage around. You'll find it. And it's true, because we stock more boat parts and accessories than anyone. Even those oddball parts you thought you'd never find. This is Dave Doro, and boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey, boaters! Cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water.
It's David Nason, your personal inspection pro from WTMJ's The Fix-It Show. I'm with my go-to basement repair guy, Chris Mancuso of Accurate Basement Repair. This is the team I personally recommend for leaky or cracked basements.
Wow, thanks, David. Our team at Accurate Basement Repair has been fixing leaky and cracked basements for the Fix-It listeners for over 20 years.
That's great, Chris. For more information about how to schedule a free inspection and estimate, check out AccurateBasementRepair.com, because they're not just good, they're accurate.
Church and Chapel Funeral Homes. Your family, your memories, our priority. Church and Chapel Funeral Homes. There's one near you.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Steve and Ashley heard our radio ads over the years, and when it came time to buy their first home, clicked on the blue button. One of our senior loan consultants, Brad, sent them a credit-verified pre-approval the same day, and then upgraded to a rock-solid, fully verified and guaranteed pre-approval shortly thereafter. They made a couple offers without success, and then Brad told them about AccuNet's new property-specific pre-approval, where we might be able to include those magic words, no appraisal required. When they wrote their next offer, several $1,000s over asking to make sure someone else didn't end up sleeping in their dream home, their property-specific rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval included that most powerful phrase, no appraisal required, and the sellers picked Steve and Ashley's offer over several others. If you think all mortgage lenders and pre-approvals are the same, think again. Go with a local mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win and save money, too. Click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
They're playing basketball
all around the world. To the beach, y'all. Let's go. All around the world.
Welcome back to Spanning the State. I'm Kristen Bry here with Brian Noonan and giving some shout outs to your favorite rescue organization or animal organization on the talk and text line 855-616-1620. We got one for Happy Endings No Kill Cat Shelter.
Very nice. And Sandy Paws, Sandi, which is looks like in Fond du Lac. So they have a lot of really cute dogs on there. Somebody else saying the Humane Society was very helpful, a group of wonderful, knowledgeable people. I got two of mine from there, and you found out something about the Humane Society.
So I was trying to look up whether or not we are a no-kill state, and I didn't find that as a state policy, but the Wisconsin Humane Society, in their FAQs, say they never euthanize animals for reasons of space or time. All animals in our program, our adoption program, have as long as it takes to find a new home. There are no time limits in our adoption program. This is true for all of our campuses, but they don't use the term no kill because they found it confuses people.
Okay.
And there is no universal definition of no kill that is understood by animal welfare professionals. So I'm sure there's cases where a dog comes in and is sick, and in the same way,
right,
you choose to put your dog down because it's the more humane thing to do. There's maybe that discretion by the shelters of...
But that's great to know that it's not one of those, well, if a dog hits X amount of days, that's it. It's As long as
We
they're
don't have
healthy,
space.
as long as they're healthy,
Yeah.
they got it. Somebody gave a shout out to Humane Animal Welfare Society of Waukesha County. They said they were very helpful. They do a lot of good in the community. So, a handsome boy who is so young. That's very nice. Good.
I'm a sucker as far as I think if I had a bigger house, I would be the house that just adopts all the dogs. I live in a neighborhood that there's a lot of dogs that become strays, and then in the neighborhood Facebook group, there's consistently dogs offered up as far as someone needs fostering, and I am the one who's constantly looking at my husband saying, "What about this one?" Because we have a baby and we have a dog, and no time, and both have 2 jobs.
Yeah,
and we have no time for a dog. But there is
you're
a Great Dane mix puppy that is being fostered. It was a stray, and someone took it in, and they're working with Maddox, but they keep posting updates to the Facebook page, to the whole group for us all to enjoy. And gosh darn it, do I want that dog? Because
Are you looking for something for the baby to ride?
Think of the sitcom of our giant Great Dane puppy with our old man 13-pound Chihuahua and the baby that plays with both of them. It would be hilarity would ensue.
It's like Marmaduke meets, I don't know what, Full House. Definitely Full House.
All right. Well, it is the middle of March.
Yay.
And I don't know if you are a basketball fan, but we have made it very clear that I come from a very, very big basketball family. Shout out to my dad. It is his birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
And nothing is a better birthday present to him every year than 96 hours of sitting on the couch watching 18-year-olds play basketball.
This is a great time of year. Even if you don't follow college basketball the rest of the year, or you only follow your school, your alma mater, whatever, when the tournament comes, it's just fun. That's why everybody has a little TV or something in their office. Productivity is way down because we're all watching these games. And the only reason we're watching them is because as a nation, we have decided this is the 3 weeks where we can gamble with impunity. Everybody's got a bracket. Everybody's ready to throw down a couple bucks here and there. I'm looking to beat the boss here and get $1,000. But I'm not alone. Do you do any brackets?
Oh, yeah. So my extended side on my bride side, we do, this is our 10th year.
Oh, nice.
Where there is a basketball if you win the bracket, and then there is a toilet seat if you get dead last. Our house currently is in possession of the toilet seat. My husband won it last year.
Really?
And your name, I won it one year. I've not won, but I have won the toilet.
Okay.
So that is our go-to every year. And then this year is the first year my husband and I are doing a head-to-head for the women's tournament.
Oh, okay.
Because that is a very big deal.
It is.
The tickets for the Final Four for the women's tournament, $800.
I believe it. The game has gotten much better in the women's division since over the years. Last year, there was the huge game between LSU and Iowa that drew tons of attention. Caitlin Clark is a phenom now. I filled out my first women's bracket last night.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do you have Iowa winning?
I do have Iowa winning.
I wonder how many people. I feel like everyone's rooting for Iowa because everyone is obsessed with Caitlin Clark.
I just want her to win one before she goes. It got very difficult for me because I got to the the Final Four maybe, and I had LSU taking on Iowa, which is I think LSU was 3rd seed and Iowa was number 1 seed, and but I had to sentimentally, even though I have no connection to Iowa, other than I watched Field of Dreams once, but. Other than that, nothing.
All right. Are you filling out a bracket? And if so, what is your go-to strategy when filling out a bracket? Do you just pick the teams, like the colors that you like, the mascots that you like, or do you watch a lot of basketball and have really good instincts? 855-616-1620. We have some stats about how obsessed Wisconsin is with basketball in March when we come back.
Get inside the mind of Mark Tauscher.
I always enjoy having a podium. Like if you're giving a speech, they'll say, you want a podium? Who passes on a podium?
See the world from his perspective on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Have you ever been asked a question that when they asked it, you're like, that's kind of a dumb one?
Every day at 7:50.
Yeah, Wilde, pretty much. Jason Wilde, 9 to 12, pretty much every morning. Yeah.
Mark Tauscher on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by your Wisconsin Chevy dealer. Tello Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Kohler Services.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Injuries happen,
But you don't have to play in pain or stay on the sidelines. Whether it's your kids dealing with a sports injury, college athletes, or the rest of us weekend warriors, the experts at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin will quickly diagnose your problem, lay out a treatment plan that works for you, and get you back in the game. They fixed my knee. My mother-in-law is back on the dance floor with a new hip. These are the experts you can trust. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
Woo! Hey, this is Ben Brust from Kyle Brust and Ortman on ESPN Wisconsin. People can't stop screaming about the Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza, and no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer and find out for yourself why Sporked called Screamin' Sicilian's Holy Pepperoni Frozen Pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian. Taste what all the screamin' is about.
Flooring, carpeting, bath, or kitchen remodeling. Adair is the name Milwaukee has trusted for 65 years. This is Rob Adair. Ready to remodel? Give us a call, 761-3660. Get personal care from Adair, South 27th in Franklin.
This is Susan Hiller from Hiller Ford, where you can get a 2023 Ford F-150 with 1.9%, 66-month FlexBuy financing. Plus, you get a factory FlexBuy bonus cash of $2,000. And with a trade-in, you get an extra factory bonus of $1,000. Ford Motor Company has awarded Hiller with their Ford President's Award for customer satisfaction 18 times. So you know you'll be treated right. Stop in and find out why so many people love to buy from Hiller Ford.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. When it comes to painting, don't do it yourself. Call the pros at your local neighborhood CertaPro painters. That's what we did. CertaPro came out, gave us choices, walked us through the process, and then when they were there, it was quick, it was easy. Our home is beautiful. Excellent workmanship all the way around. It's CertaPro painters. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated right here in Wisconsin. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro painters.
Hi everybody, this is Susan Hiller from Hiller Ford on Highway 100. If you've driven past our dealership lately, you might have noticed we've been stocking up our inventory and now have a huge selection of Ford vehicles. That includes the Ford Mavericks so many people are looking for, as well as full-size Ford Broncos. Those full-size Broncos come with a factory bonus cash of $1,000. So take advantage of all the savings. Stop in today and find out why so many people love to buy from Hiller Ford.
Rhea busting out the jams today.
All right, so where do you think Wisconsin ranks when it comes to obsession with March Madness?
I've got to say top 5 in the country.
Ooh.
Because everything, people in Wisconsin, we obsess about everything.
We love sports.
We love sports.
We love sports in the state.
We love the Badgers. We love Marquette. We love, everybody. We love UW Green Bay, who's in their ladies are in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So, the Packers, everything.
We're number 13.
What?
Well, according to this study. Who knows how often. As we'll talk about later in the show as far as the studies and the rankings, etc. But, yes, 13 overall. The states that are the most obsessed, Arizona, Utah, and Nebraska. And then the cities.
All 3 states that have nothing else going for them.
And then the cities that are the most obsessed, Indianapolis, Phoenix, and Nashville.
Really?
Yeah. So as far as I
all
think
of
they
those
looked
cities
at,
have hosted March Madness as
true.
well.
So I think some of this is how, like, they asked people, are you going to fill out a bracket? How many of the games are you going to watch? How much of all 3 weekends do you watch? And so 41% of Wisconsin's respondents say they plan to make a bracket. So
That's
less
it?
than half.
Right.
And then 70% said they plan to watch the tournament this year.
Nice.
52% say they plan to watch games even if their favorite team is knocked out.
Of course.
And then the most popular pick to win the tournament from Wisconsin fans is the University of Wisconsin. Interesting, not a Marquette, because Marquette is ranked higher.
And Marquette has an easier path to the end than Wisconsin does. The Badgers are in a really hard bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Despite having a number 5 seed.
Yeah. Oh,
they looked good. They looked good in the Big Ten tournament over the weekend, even though we lost to Illinois. Like, they played good basketball.
Are you in that percentage because we all know it's no secret that you are a Badger supporter?
I am.
True Blue or True Red. True Red. Will you continue to watch after if and when the Badgers are eliminated?
So yes, because we will watch this weekend as much as we can. And then my parents are coming for Easter.
Okay.
So just like my dad watches 96 hours of basketball this weekend, he was planning. They were leaving early enough the following Thursday so that he can be in Milwaukee and have the game on.
Of course.
For the start of the Sweet 16. So
why
yes,
wouldn't
there
he?
will be lots of basketball watched the second weekend, and then at that point I'll probably be invested. And so whoever makes it to the Final Four and the championship game, I will watch.
Now, having so many connections to UWM, how visceral are your reactions if things do not go the Badgers' way? Does your dad pull an Elvis and shoot out the TV?
No,
do you throw a shoe?
He yells at the TV. But I will say this, and then we'll go, just to end on this note. So
Yes.
I was lucky enough when we went to the Final Four the first time in 2014, when Bo Ryan was still coach. Our whole family went. And I hadn't lived in Wisconsin at that point for 15 years.
Okay.
Maybe less. But it was incredible how much I knew how much of a Badger fan I still was because of how wrapped up and how invested I was and how distraught I was after we lost to Kentucky that year and we almost beat them to go to the national championship. And then we did go to the national championship the next year, and I couldn't go because tickets to get to Indianapolis from San Francisco were like $1,500. But I'll never forget the pride. I feel like that was a precursor to me knowing I was going to end up back in Wisconsin because of how much emotion I had over the Final Four in 2014.
That's fantastic.
So with that, this is Spanning the State. We'll be back after the news.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Stop into Ken Michaels Furniture for our sale on Bradenton Young. Made in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, Bradenton Young is an American icon in quality leather upholstery. Whether you are looking for a power recliner or stationary seating, BY's furniture is made with enduring quality, outstanding comfort, and timeless styling. Save 35% now on Bradenton Young upholstery at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield and Greenfield. Visit us today.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for one of my favorite places. The Fox and Hound Supper Club is the most unique, beautiful, and affordable dining destination in the area. Winners of the Top Choice Award for Fine Dining, Most Romantic Restaurant, and Best Sunday Brunch. When you buy one dinner, your second dinner is free, always, 7 nights a week. Steak, seafood, ribs, pasta, big fresh salad, even the steak and lobster, any dinner on the menu, your second dinner is free. That includes prime rib on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Desserts are also always buy one, get one free, and they're delicious. Relax with a hand-muddled old-fashioned, 20 bourbons, 100 wines, in one of their 8 elegant dining rooms. The Fox and Hound sits in the Kettle Moraine Forest, a spectacular setting. Celebrate a birthday, anniversary, or a quiet dinner with your love, and your second dinner is free. Just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of Holy Hill, the drive is beautiful. Reserve at foxandhoundsrestaurant.com for your free dinner. Tonight, it's the Fox and Hounds.
Discover wants everyone to feel special with 24/7 customer service as well as $0 fraud liability, which means you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. Limitations apply.
You can't beat Bernhardt.
Sports lovers love us.
Step back three. It's a contested shot. It doesn't matter. Game time here in the fourth quarter.
The Bucks travel east to topple the number one standing Celtics. With our coverage starting tonight at 6 on your home for the Bucks. News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
It's 2:03 and 34 degrees in Milwaukee. I'm Jessica Ty. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the Federal Reserve is keeping interest rates right where they are. The decision just came down about 60 minutes ago. It's unclear whether the Fed will start lowering rates anytime soon. ABC's Andy Field has the breaking news.
The Federal Reserve has kept interest rates the same since last July, saying the long string of earlier rate hikes did their job in cooling inflation. The rate the government charges banks will stay between 5.25% and 5.5%, while the Fed aims to keep inflation at 2% or lower. Board members saying the economy is still growing and unemployment remains low.
In a rare move on Wall Street, Chipotle's board approves a 50-for-1 stock split. A stock split is when a company increases its amount of outstanding shares. That changes the price per stock, but not the overall value of shareholders' holdings. The burrito chain praised the proposed split as one of the biggest in New York Stock Exchange history. Despite the approval, the split is not a done deal just yet. Chipotle still needs the green light from shareholders, which is expected in June. The Glendale River Hills School District plans to discuss budget concerns tonight. The district is facing a $3.6 million shortfall due to accounting errors. TMJ4's Sydney Orr reports.
On Tuesday, we know the school board talked about the potential for staff cuts for the next school year in order to make up for the shortfall. Some parents say they feel there has been a lack of transparency so far. The business manager and superintendent have submitted their resignations, and the district hired a financial firm to help discuss options for funding.
As a mother with a special ed kid, it's like, do I need to find another school district for her? Do we need to sell our house and move?
When we thought it through, we weren't going anywhere. We like the teachers too much. We like the people too much. A little disappointed.
The meeting is at 6:30 tonight at Glen Hills Middle School. Decision, Wisconsin. Republican businessman Eric Hovde is touting his efforts to end human trafficking as he campaigns to unseat Tammy Baldwin in the Senate. He joined Tori Lowe on 101.7 The Truth.
I partnered with an actor, Ashton Kutcher. He started an organization called Thorn, and that's rescuing young girls or boys that are put into the prostitution rings. And so I provided the money to fund and create something called Spotlight. And Spotlight is a tool now for law enforcement and the FBI to find children that are being trafficked over the internet.
Hovde also talked about Hovde Homes, an effort he's financed to provide charitable shelters for vulnerable kids, mostly in Central America. Let's take a look at your WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. I'm checking it out, and everything is in the green when it comes to the markets. That's good news. The Dow is up 349 points to 39,460. S&P 500 up just a little bit more than 40 points to 5,218. And the NASDAQ is up 177 points to 16,343. It's a great time for your retirement and investment strategy review from a fee-only fiduciary. Go to annexwealth.com and click the Get Started button today. Stay close. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Sounding Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 2:06.
Here's another remarkable success story from QC Kinetics. This one from Chad, who hurt his knee at the gym one day, and it just kept on hurting for months.
From my high school football and wrestling days, I already had a little bit of damage in there, but this just sent it over the edge.
Chad tried traditional treatments with no improvement when he turned to the non-surgical regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics.
It was really fascinating how they did their work, and the science behind it was very intriguing, and it works. Extracting the cure out of my own body blew my mind. It's like I'm brand new again. It was fantastic.
That's because the QC Kinetics natural biologic treatments use your body's own healing power to restore damaged tissue in your hips, shoulders, back, and knees, providing long-lasting relief.
Now I'm back at the gym. I'm 100%, feeling great.
If you're tired of suffering with pain from arthritis or injury, call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
With all the positive Google reviews continuing to pour in for Rich Lawn's Tire and Service Centers, we want you to know we appreciate you.
You were
Due for service, we delivered, and then you went the extra mile and wrote a few kind words about the service you experienced.
Yeah, thank you so much. Michael, Glenn, Jeff, Lisa, Carol, Jason, John,
Wait,
Michelle,
hang on a second,
Ryan.
Dad. As fun as it may be to name every single person who's ever left us a Google review, there just isn't enough time. We get 60 seconds, and I'd say we've got about, 28 left.
Ah, good point, Courtney.
Listen, we appreciate every last one of you for helping us maintain a nearly 5-star Google rating. And we're going to keep on shooting for the stars, especially when it comes to providing top-notch auto repair service.
Yep, and remember, be safe, buckle up, and hey, always make sure you've got good tread on your tires. Peter, Bruce, Samantha, Kimberly, Nick, Heather,
Oh,
Marissa,
Dad.
George, Jeremy, Diane, Brad, Paul.
Rich Lawns.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. It's a matchup of the two best teams in the Eastern Conference tonight as the Bucks take on the Celtics. It's an away game in Boston. Coverage begins at 6 o'clock right here on WTMJ. And how about those Brewers? They've won 5 straight Cactus League games. The Brew Crew takes the field in Arizona tomorrow night. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. I do have 2 delays that I want to let you know about. Both are due to construction. We have the one that we've been dealing with for quite a while now, I-43 southbound, Brown Deer Road to downtown. There's a 3-minute delay there. Also, the newer one, the construction zone, 894 westbound, the Mitchell interchange, the Hale interchange, also a 3-minute delay there. And here's your Storm Team 4 5-day forecast. Tonight's going to be cool. We have a low of 24. Tomorrow, expect mostly cloudy skies and a high of 35. We'll also see snow late tomorrow night. Friday, a wintry mix is likely. Those mixes are never real nice, though some areas will see measurable snow. Saturday, expect mostly sunny skies. Not going to be warm, though, a high of 33. Then on Sunday, we'll have increasing clouds and a chance for a wintry mix late in the day. It's currently 34 degrees in Milwaukee. Saudi Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 10 minutes after 2.
65,498 square miles. We've got a lot to cover, so let's get to it. This is Spanning the State. Here's your host, Kristen Bry.
Welcome back to the 2 o'clock hour of Spanning the State. If you missed anything we talked about and would like to go back and listen from the first hour, you can always do that at WTMJ.com. Just look for Spanning the State. You can also always download our interviews and our entire episodes on Apple and Spotify. We're out here in all the different formats. We're here to find you and make it as easy as possible for you to listen to us however you would like.
You may almost say that we're intrusive. You can't escape us. We're there. Hit play and enjoy yourself. That's all.
That is Brian
Don't make us
Noonan.
come to your house and do the show on your porch.
Brian, are you sick of me yet? This is 2 days in a row.
No, I'm wondering the same thing, but I'm not dumb enough to ask. I'm not going to say, "Hey, Kristen, you want me back?" It's like the job story we had in the first hour. I'm going to keep coming back until the key doesn't work, and then then
You're
I'll
not
just
going
go.
to Irish goodbye me?
No.
Please don't.
No, I will not Irish goodbye you.
We already had an experience as far as, sometimes this is what's fun about live radio. Sometimes what you plan
Right.
doesn't always go as you plan it.
Correct.
And the show must go on, just like in the theater.
That's right. We're thespians through and through, and yes. So, and we had a texter that wants us to enunciate, so I did say thespians.
Thespian and
Thespians.
spanning the state, not
Spanning.
scanning the state, or
Or-
enunciating, just like all the tongue twisters I had to do
That's
as a
right.
kid as a theater kid.
That's right.
So speaking of theater,
Yes, this is embarrassing. This story.
when you're, as Ricky Bobby once said, you're not first, you're what?
Last.
Except when you're actually dead last.
Yeah, and I'm not from the mindset of it's okay to be last. You tried hard. No, in this case, you're last because you're screwing up.
I agree. So for many years, Wisconsin's been on the back of the pack in funding for the arts. But last year, we fell all the way to dead last. I don't know if we're also including territories, if we're like behind America's Samoa as well, but we are number 50 of the states.
Yeah.
The National Assembly of State Arts Agencies says that Wisconsin spends about 18 cents per capita, so per person, on arts funding.
18 cents?
And that's compared to our neighbors to the west, Minnesota, who spend $9.67, and our neighbors to the south, who spend $5.11.
I'm not a mathematician, but that sounds like almost 900 and 500% more, respectively.
Sure. I believe you.
Yeah. It's I'm sorry. And maybe you and I come at it from a different perspective because we have been involved in the arts in the past. I consider this an art, but it's not under that umbrella. Whether it's painting or theater or any kind of creative music, creative
symphonies,
endeavors. Yeah.
instruments.
How does that happen that a state this large with a lot of talent and a lot of major markets for any kind of art, and I don't care if it's, you could have art in the smallest town, how does Wisconsin not spend a little more?
So what we do spend is a lot of the money comes from private donors. And so obviously in Milwaukee, Madison, and there's, privately sponsored and funded performing arts centers all across the state. So it all comes through private donors. And I think the decision has been through our lawmakers that that's who should be funding these things, and it's not the state's responsibility. So that is up to the people that we elect. But I also think for people who enjoy the arts, sometimes we don't always know how to verbalize in economic terms why the investment is important, right? So I think we understand it from, and it's almost like the opposite side of people who aren't sports people. So whenever there is funding for a new stadium or funding to to fix the Brewers Stadium and American Family Field, there's a lot of non-sports people be like, why are we spending public money on this? And I feel like there's the opposite side of people who are arts people saying, well, why would we spend money on that? It's just, the people who enjoy it should be the ones who spend it instead of it being public dollars.
And we hear the same argument for arts and music programs in school. And why don't we just focus on reading and math? Well, the same reason we should focus on arts as a state, because it builds well-rounded people. It imbues culture not only into school but into the communities. It does matter. Does it matter as much as reading? No. You have to know how to read. You have to know how to do math. But you also should know, this is what, a Shakespeare play sounds like. This is what music made by 8th graders in a band sounds like. And then they move up to marching bands, and it goes on and on. So it's an integral part, in my opinion, of just the human condition.
Well, so when we return, we are going to talk to Ann Katz, who's the executive director of Create Wisconsin, and she's going to make the economic argument for why we should about face and maybe move a little bit higher up in the rankings.
Let's go for 46.
Just at least 46. Let's beat Mississippi. Come on.
Yeah, how is Mississippi beating us?
This is Spanning the State on WTMJ.
Traffic is sponsored by Kowal Investment Group, the retirement specialists. Retire well with Kowal.
At Kowal Investment Group, we've been helping our clients plan for retirement for over 36 years. We'd like to help you too. Visit thekowalway.com or call 262-522-4040.
Come see Thanalysis live from Potawatomi Casino Hotel on Friday, March 22nd.
Hey, welcome to another Thanalysis show. And we welcome on today's podcast.
Be there for the first ever live show for Thanasis as he's joined by his brother, none other than the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I took off my shoes and I was like, go crazy, go hoop. That's all it was.
Get your tickets now at TALiveshow.com. Thanalysis live at Potawatomi Casino Hotel on March 22nd. TALiveshow.com.
Meet Alan, who was diagnosed with sleep apnea.
I was what they call a mouth breather, and I would breathe at night with my mouth open.
And for about 8 years, Alan struggled with a CPAP machine. And then
I saw the Advent commercial, and I thought, well, what do you got to lose? This machine is miserable.
For most people, CPAP machines are miserable, but a simple breathing triangle solution from Advent can be life-changing.
And it really was, to me, it was amazing because I don't think I ever breathed that clear.
This is Dr. Madan Kiandula. After having one of Advent's simple breathing triangle procedures, people are amazed at how freely and clearly they can breathe.
I'm happy with the procedure. I'm very glad I did it. I wish I would have done it 20 years ago. I could have avoided that machine I had to have laying next to the bed with the hose wrapped around my head.
Schedule your appointment at AdventKnows.com because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary.
Who's faster, the Easter Bunny or O&H Danish Bakery? Kringle. Send that famous Kringle to any doorstep in just 2 business days. Serving Pringle will be the perfect Easter tradition. Pair that with their colorful and tasty Easter braided colored bread. Order your Easter treats online today. OHDanishBakery.com. Try all their delicious bakery made from scratch and hop into O&H Danish Bakery in Racine, Oak Creek, or Sturtevant this Easter season.
Welcome back to Spanning the State. He is Brian Noonan. I am Kristen Bry. And we, as in Wisconsin, is dead last when it comes to public arts funding. And for those of us who love the arts, that is not something to be proud of.
No, I just got an email reminding me that I'm going to see Peter Pan next Wednesday night.
Nice.
The pre-Broadway production of Peter Pan.
Lovely.
So, yes, I love the arts.
But for some, I understand when the argument is why would we spend public money on this? This is not something I want my tax dollars to go to. So here to explain the far-reaching impact that investing in the arts can have in the communities and for our state is Ann Katz, who is the executive director for Create Wisconsin. Welcome to the show, Ann.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So before we get into the economics of it all, when we say the arts, what are we talking about? So what is funded or what is not funded when we talk about funding the arts?
And such a question, such a good question. I try never to get into definitions of what is art or who's an artist. So, but in terms of funding, we're talking about everything from nonprofit arts organizations to independent artists to local government or social services or education that produces some kind of arts programming. And the definition of arts programming encompasses all of the disciplines and any kind of creativity that you can think of. So when we talk about funding the arts, we talk about, and specifically when it comes to the ranking, we're talking about the Wisconsin Arts Board, which is a state agency, and it's standing in the 56, because you mentioned territories before, Kristen, the 56 states and territories that are that each of which has a state arts agency. I'll just add that, of course, there are many other ways that the arts are funded in the state, in addition to the private funding and the quote-unquote earned income, the university system, K-12 education, tech colleges, tourism. So, but when we talk about the ranking, we're talking about the state arts agency.
And before
the
go ahead.
entities they fund. Go ahead. No,
Before
go
we
ahead.
get into all the economics of it, for people who might be on the fence, why is it important to have public money going to the arts?
Because it shows what the state cares about. It shows what the public entity cares about, that it cares about the well-being of its people. And, we make the argument that, first of all, the reason that the arts are important is because the arts are important. The arts make us human. Humans have been expressing themselves creatively since the beginning of time. So that creative spirit is what's important for the people of the state of Wisconsin. And the state has a huge opportunity when it chooses where to put its money to show where its priorities are. So, we're putting less into education, we're putting less into childcare, we're putting less into maternal health and the university system than a lot of places. And the state arts agency is one of those places. And so investing in the arts, and we use the word investing more than just funding, because investing, there's a return on that investment, which I can talk about, tangible and intangible. That investment brings vibrant communities, brings people together, helps kids learn, and shows that we are a state that wants to invest in creativity, imagination, entrepreneurship, and innovation. And so, I could go on, but the investment in the arts brings tax dollars, it brings revenue, it helps people who are self-employed, it helps businesses, for-profit and nonprofit. All of those economic reasons as a sector is why we should be investing more in the arts.
Well, do we know, as you say, we know the investment, it's an investment, there is a return on investment. Do we have any hard numbers of what that return is?
We do, as a matter of great question.
Great.
Kristen.
What a
And
follow-up.
it's only in the last, it's only in the last maybe 10, 15, 20 years that we are putting those parameters around what we say when we say invest in the arts. And what that means, of course, there's the intangible. The arts make us better humans. But according to the U.S. Department of Commerce, which has been working with the National Endowment for the Arts for the last at least 10 years, the economic impact of the arts industries, and that's 35 different industries from nonprofits to media to design to architecture, is $10.8 billion with a B, billion dollars. And that encompasses over 87,000 jobs, which is more jobs than the beer, biotech, and paper-making industries in the state. And so we're winning hearts and minds one at a time. And when you put those numbers in front of people, in addition to the stories that we can tell about the arts transforming people and communities, that's a very powerful argument. And we have been working, and the people that are doing the work around the state are working very hard to make that case. And we're making it. Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely. And so what is the plan? What is the plan as far as appealing to lawmakers, as far as justifying more investment from our tax dollars going to the arts?
Well, we work with lobbying entities. We have a registered lobbyist that is helping us with the political atmosphere. When you couple that with the amazing, again, it's amazing what people are doing and what's happening from the ground up, despite the lack of funding. Now, I'm not saying that that's a good thing, but the creativity that's out there, combined with very generous support from individuals and corporations and foundations, which are doing way more, pulling way more of their weight than they should. Plus all of the sort of earned revenue that organizations have, we are telling those stories. So when you put the data together with the stories and you go to the legislators or to the decision makers, whether it's the governor, the legislators, the local people, and you make the case, and sometimes you have to make it more than once or over and over and over again. Again, the tide is turning. I'd say that sometimes I say that I've been talking about the creative economy since the last millennium. I have, actually. And, 15 years ago, the economy was good, and we didn't have to really think about changing it. Now, Wisconsin is a place where we don't make cars here anymore. We don't make as much paper here anymore as we do. We've had factories that have been open to great fanfare and then not panned out. And so the local officials, the economic development people, the decision makers are understanding that the world is changing around us and we have to keep up with it. And so we not only work very closely with the arts sector, with the people that make the arts happen and the organizations and the businesses, but we work really closely with mayors and county board members and the economic development world and educators, because all of us are working hard to make Wisconsin a better place. And that chorus of voices is growing in power and reaches every single part of the state. And so, again, I am the first to agree that it is happening way too slowly, but it is happening. Up until 2011,
and unfortunately, I got to cut you off because we got to go to break. But Ann Katz is the Executive Director for Create Wisconsin. Thank you for your work, Ann. And thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
This is Spanning the State on WTMJ.
Once the final whistle blows, Bucks Talk with Justin Garcia is on the air.
Let's go, baby!
Recap every Bucks game, win or lose with Bucks Talk. Get the highlights, analysis, and preview the next matchup for the Bucks on their conquest for another championship.
We've talked about this team and their clutch metrics. Fourth quarter has to be your best quarter. And this team played that way, and they've continued to do that.
It's Bucks Talk with Justin Garcia, only here on the home of the Bucks, WTMJ.
CertaPro painters know how important your home is to you. I know how good a job they do because CertaPro painters did our house. WTMJ's John Mercure Hear. It was professional, it was easy, it was quick, and it was efficient. And so affordable. It's CertaPro painters. They get the job done right, even those hard-to-reach places they will knock out of the ballpark. Free estimates, reliable communication, professional painting, all at the right price. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro painters. Choose the team we went with, CertaPro painters.
Heiser Automotive has slam dunk deals this month. Our team has your back, and we'll make sure the process of servicing your vehicle or purchasing a new vehicle goes smoothly and without a turnover. Plus, we will be awarding our MVPs with our exclusive Safe and Sound program, which is included on each vehicle sale. See all details at Heiser.com. After your visit, you'll feel like you've made the winning shot. At Heiser, today's your day.
See dealer for complete details.
There are surgeons lining up to be the one to do your joint replacement. But my advice? Exhaust all your options and put off joint replacement as long as you can. Make it your very last resort, because life after joint replacement isn't always what it's cracked up to be. As high as 30% of patients who have undergone joint replacement surgery report unsatisfactory results. And the cost, even with insurance, can be extraordinary. At Rejuvenex, we'll help ease your pain and improve your mobility with FDA-approved pharmacological treatments that precisely target where your pain lives. And by easing your pain and inflammation, we'll help you live a better life. And because we're in network with most major insurance plans, your out-of-pocket expense could be very affordable. Or nothing at all. This is Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Clinics, where we can alleviate your pain and rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex. Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your appointment.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's WTMJ Steve Scafidi. Right now, schedule your free in-home estimate, and for every 2 windows you buy, get the next 2 free. Plus a free upgrade to triple pane glass, and they'll double your energy tax credit. Restrictions apply. Just like me, you'll be saying,
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
When we come back, a chance to see Thanasis and Giannis live. Saudi Unlimited News Time, 2:30. ABC News and local headlines are next.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Israeli forces engaged in a standoff with Hamas at the Al-Shifa hospital complex in Gaza City. The IDF says it's killed some 90 gunmen, but others are barricaded inside. There are also some 2,500 civilians seeking refuge at the complex. Israel's prime minister, meantime, says he'll push ahead with operations in the southern city of Rafah, despite U.S. opposition. State Department Principal Deputy Spokesperson Vedant Patel.
We do not support the forced displacement of Palestinians in Gaza to outside of Gaza. That's not something that we would support or condone.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken is back in the region for meetings, including ceasefire talks. The U.S. also working to evacuate Americans from Haiti due to widespread gang violence in the capital. The U.S. using helicopters to airlift U.S. citizens to neighboring Dominican Republic. And it's the first full day of spring, but much of the Midwest and parts of the Northeast dealing with lake-effect snow. This is ABC News.
Saudi Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 2:31. I'm Jessica Ty. There are new requirements for private security guards in Milwaukee after a gas station death last August. The Milwaukee Common Council passed an ordinance that requires private security guards obtain a license and a bonding agreement, including a background check. Isaiah Allen was shot and killed at a gas station convenience store by a man who was acting as security but was not permitted to do so. Demolition work is now underway at Northridge Mall in Milwaukee. Crews started tearing down Boston store this morning. The city took full possession of the mall in late January. While no formal plan has been released at this point, the city expects to pursue a complete redevelopment of the site with a mix of uses. Officials are reminding the public to be safe and stay away from the demo work. And America's love for the French Bulldog is as strong as ever. The American Kennel Club just named the Frenchie the country's most popular pooch once again. It takes the win for the second year in a row. Time now for news about your money. Here's your WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Everything is in the green. The Dow is up 400 points to 39,520. S&P 500 up 47 points to 5,225. And the NASDAQ is up almost 211 points to 16,376. It's a great time for your retirement and investment strategy review from a fee-only fiduciary. Go to annexwealth.com and click the Get Started button today. Let's go ahead and head out to the roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time-saver traffic. I saw a couple disabled vehicles around the system, but nothing that's going to impact your drive times. What is impacting drive times? A couple construction projects. One is the newer one, 894 westbound, the Mitchell interchange to the Hale interchange. That's a 2-minute delay, a little bit slower. And I-43 southbound, Brown Deer Road to downtown. That's a 3-minute delay. Here's your Storm Team 4 5-day forecast tonight. It's going to be a cool one. We have a low of 24. Tomorrow, expect mostly cloudy skies and a high of 35. We'll also see snow late tomorrow night, so take note of that. Friday, a wintry mix is likely, though some areas will see measurable snow. Saturday, expect mostly sunny skies. Not going to be warm, though, a high of 33. Sunday, we'll have increasing clouds and a chance for a wintry mix late in the day. It's currently 34 degrees on this Wednesday afternoon in Milwaukee. I'm Jessica Ty. Sunny Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 2:34.
This report is sponsored by Diamonds Direct. Your love, their passion.
Hey, honey, I'm home.
Bob, I just hung up with Joe. It's the 4th time he's called this week. He says he's worried because for the first time in 12 years, you didn't buy my anniversary jewelry from him.
You didn't tell him, did you?
No, I didn't tell him how we made the switch to Diamonds Direct and how much I love my new diamond ring or these incredible diamond stud earrings you got me either.
Bob's gonna go nuts when he finds out. But I can't believe how all these things he used to say about Diamonds Direct just aren't true. And the prices are a lot better than his.
Yeah, and what I love is the free service at Diamonds Direct. I can get my jewelry cleaned anytime, and everyone there is like family.
Are you getting all you deserve from your jeweler? You might be surprised. Maybe it's time to make the switch to Diamonds Direct for guaranteed better value, selection, service, and quality.
If he comes up on the caller ID, just don't answer it.
All right, but we can't keep dodging him. You know we're going to see him at the family reunion.
Yeah, I know.
Diamonds Direct. No middleman, no pricing games, no compromises. Get details and showroom directions at diamondsdirect.com.
Only 11% of those trying to sell their own homes actually succeed. And of those that do sell their own home, they sell on average for 26% less than agented properties. This often negates the savings they were hoping to get by doing it on their own. So why do it on your own when you have an experienced realtor that will give you full service at only 3.5 to 3.9% commission? Don't let your home sit while others are selling faster and at potentially better than asking prices. Call Benefit Realty for a highly experienced agent, and you'll pay less for full service. In this seller's market, even homeowners are trying to sell their own home. But more times than not, it doesn't work out like they'd hoped. And while homes like theirs are selling, and selling fast for over asking prices, their homes aren't. So what's your next best strategy? Well, if you're looking to relieve yourself of the stress of selling your own home and still get top dollar while getting the full service benefits that an experienced realtor can give you, then look no further. I'm Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, where 3.5 to 3.9% commission assures that you pay less for full service.
Tickets are on sale right now to see Giannis join his brother Thanasis on stage for Thanalysis Live, presented by Carbliss, this Friday night in Milwaukee. Go to taliveshow.com to get tickets before they sell out. Get ready to experience the Antetokounmpo brothers like never before and spend an intimate night with Giannis and Thanasis on March 22nd at the Potawatomi Casino Hotel Event Center. All ages welcome and families are encouraged. taliveshow.com to access the limited tickets. That's taliveshow.com to see Giannis and special guests for Thanalysis Live, presented by Carbliss, this Friday in Milwaukee. taliveshow.com. Brian, are you a Giannis fan?
Yes, I love to watch Giannis. I love to say his name. For whatever reason, I cannot read his name because all day I was talking to you and Rhea about Giannis, and I say Giannis without any hesitation in my voice. I look at it on paper and I mispart. It's become a running joke with all my producers at night because they know if I just am talking about Giannis, everything's perfect. But the minute I have, like reading this liner, I would have double clutched and said Giannis. And I don't know why.
Well, I have a name. I have a last name that's like that because people read it. And if you read Brey, absolutely, Kristen Bray.
Yep.
And for some reason, as that's what's in my bio. It's Bri like try, don't ask me why.
Yeah.
And that is, that I don't know phonetically where that came from, but it is what it is.
That's why when I talk about Giannis, I don't look at any paper or any documents. I just talk about him because it's an amazing story. And to be able to sit with his brother Thanasis and for people to be up close is great. I loved after they won, him driving through and buying fast food for people. He just seems, and I know there's a lot of PR work involved, but he seems to transcend that PR work. He seems like a really decent guy. And he's an unbelievable player.
There's been enough viral press moments, like post-game clips, like his last year when we lost so early in the playoffs, about how sports is it's just always about working better. There is no failure. There's only putting one foot in the other. I mean, as someone who has practiced a award-winning speech when I thought I was going to be an actress and someday would win my Oscar, I don't know if he's practicing in the mirror for some of these questions and having these unbelievably eloquent, thoughtful answers. I think not. I think he's just a thoughtful person in the way that he communicates, which is why I think this event sounds really cool as far as getting to see both of them be very hyped up together and of how much they love each other, how far they've come. And everything that they've created. Did you watch the documentary yet?
I have not. I have to watch the documentary.
Ooh, I cried no less than 5 times. It is excellent.
Good recommendation.
It's so excellent that I have a girlfriend who still lives in San Francisco. She's never lived in Wisconsin. I don't even know if she's visited Wisconsin. She texted me the day after we had finally seen it in our household. She just texted me out of the blue, said, "Hey, Bri, have you watched the Giannis documentary?" And I go, "We watched it last night." She goes, "I think I'm no longer, sorry, Warriors, I am now a Bucks fan." That's how charming this man is.
Yeah. Well, and just to be able to watch the interaction between he and his brother, Thanasis,
the best hype man.
Oh yeah,
on planet Earth.
It's going to be great, and I can imagine there will be some brotherly digs throughout the program.
Maybe. I feel like they're so nice to each other.
But they're still brothers. You can still be nice and bust each other a little bit,
Yeah.
I don't think...
It's all things you can only see if you go taliveshow.com. You're going to get a chance to see them.
And how often are you going to get that close?
I know, exactly. So, earlier this week, Greg Matzik, Jessica Ty, I was very jealous. Mm-hmm. They got to interview Thanasis. He was live here in the studio. No. And so when we come back, we're going to play a portion of that interview. Stay with us. This is Spanning the State.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Stop into Ken Michaels Furniture for our sale on Bradenton Young. Made in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, Bradenton Young is an American icon in quality leather upholstery. Whether you are looking for a power recliner or stationary seating, BY's furniture is made with enduring quality, outstanding comfort, and timeless styling. Save 35% now on Bradenton Young upholstery at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield and Greenfield. Visit us today.
Outdoor living is great, but it's best when it's at your own home. Well, there's a company called Outdoor Living Unlimited that will build you a deck, a patio, pergola, fire pit, all manner of things to enhance outdoor living at your place, even an outdoor kitchen. Get started right away. Contact Outdoor Living Unlimited now. Get your yard project onto Outdoor Living Unlimited's calendar while there's still openings. OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
You can give them the same old, or you can surprise them with something unique from St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Store at a bargain. Almost new, but really cool. The thing about thrift store gift shopping is that you never know what you'll find, but when you find it, you'll know it's right. That's what makes it fun. And if you just can't choose, gift cards are always available at St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield and 23rd and Lincoln in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Siding Unlimited named the best window installers, not just here, but in the whole USA. Get the best. Siding Unlimited, 3-time winner as America's best window installer. For windows, you call Siding Unlimited first and directly. SidingUnlimited.com.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Steve and Ashley heard our radio ads over the years, and when it came time to buy their first home, clicked on the blue button. One of our senior loan consultants, Brad, sent them a credit-verified pre-approval the same day and then upgraded to a rock-solid, fully verified and guaranteed pre-approval shortly thereafter. They made a couple offers without success, and then Brad told them about AccuNet's new property-specific pre-approval, where we might be able to include those magic words, no appraisal required. When they wrote their next offer, several $1,000s over asking to make sure someone else didn't end up sleeping in their dream home, their property-specific rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval included that most powerful phrase, no appraisal required, and the sellers picked Steve and Ashley's offer over several others. If you think all mortgage lenders and pre-approvals are the same, think again. Go with a local mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win and save money, too. Click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
Earlier this week, I was very jealous because Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty on Wisconsin's Midday News got to... I don't know how they got picked. I don't know if I missed when we picked straws on who got to interview Thanasis ahead of the live event this week on Friday.
A lot of FOMO here on this program.
TALiveshow.com if you would like to see the first live event where Thanasis is going to interview his brother, Giannis. But Wisconsin's Midday News got to talk to Thanasis a little bit about his family, about the event, and about his podcast.
Big deal happening on Friday in Milwaukee. Yeah, I know the Bucks are playing the Celtics this week, but the real big Bucks event is going to happen on Friday night at Potawatomi Hotel Casino. Starts at 7 o'clock. Thanalysis. It's a live podcast featuring Thanasis Antetokounmpo, and he'll be interviewing his brother. And my notes say it's Giannis. The brother he'll be interviewing and talking to is Giannis on stage at Potawatomi. And Thanasis is so kind to join us here in studio. The best looking of the Antetokounmpo brothers in our studio.
Oh, my God. People got to stop saying that. It's creating friction between the brothers. No, thank you so much for having me. You said the real event. Man, it's something special. I mean, I started the podcast, a year ago, a little bit independently, and now, with a partner, Good Karma. Shout out to Good Karma for believing in the dream and the podcast. But I'm very excited. It's my first live, so it's only fitted to interview my brother. So that's kind of cool. But
are you nervous at all because it's live, or are you just pumped?
No, I'm not nervous because, and the reason I'm not nervous is because I'm gonna. It's like every other podcast. You know, it's every podcast that I do. Obviously, because people maybe don't know, it's pre-recorded. Like I gotta, because of timing, because of the games and practices, I can't shoot on the spot. So everything's pre-recorded. So I don't really, I don't get nervous in the beginning. The only part that gets me nervous is the language barrier because, English is not my first language. So it's kind of hard a little bit. But other than this, no, it's because I'm learning through the podcast. So it's
and you know your subject better than anybody, right?
Yeah.
You know Giannis better than absolutely anybody. So you're comfortable with that.
It's so crazy that I think I'm going to be very surprised on the podcast. I think I'm going to learn stuff that I don't actually know about because, we are brothers, but at the same time, it's a lot of things that, he was here in Milwaukee for so many years. He's been through some stuff. I was in Spain and then I came back. It's a lot of things that, okay, we're not together every day, but I want to ask him about things that I've never asked him before.
I love that.
So,
I was going to ask, are you going to grill him? Do you have some tough questions?
No. So you know what? He's going to be the guy I grill the most. I think from all the other guests that I've had because the other guests that I've had, the reason they come on the show is because I just let them say their story and make them feel comfortable. And you'll be surprised that once you let people kind of feel comfortable, you interview them, what they would say, how their story. So that's one of it. But I'm gonna nitpick Oh, no, what he says, for sure.
Thanasis Antetokounmpo joining us here in studio on Wisconsin's Midday News. You're going to have to check this out. Tickets available at taliveshow.com. It's Thanasis and his brother at Potawatomi on Friday at 7 o'clock, a live audience. So that'll be interesting. And Jessica asked you the question, would you be nervous for it? Hey, you play in front of 20,000 people, right? I mean, you're always in front of a crowd, but it's a little different when you're sitting on a stage in a chair looking out at everybody, isn't it?
No, yeah, it's 100%. You know, it's the same thing like right now in the room, and we're doing this radio show, and this might be it's probably my first radio show. I've never done another radio show before.
Really?
You know, yeah, especially in the U.S., I don't think so. I'm definitely not as same as fluid as just I'm gonna go out there and play, because while I'm playing, it's just I love it. It's what I do. But I'm starting to love podcasting as well too. So I'm kind of starting to get more and more comfortable. But at the same time, like, you gotta understand, like, the fan base people in Milwaukee have made me feel comfortable as well. That's why I'm not nervous, because in everything we've done, they've supported, like, anything, like literally anything. You know, from our store that we have close to the Pfizer to the podcast now, to anything that we've done as a family. So that's very reassuring for me. So hopefully I don't go and get nervous in front of hundreds and hundreds of people, but
That was an interview with Thanasis Antetokounmpo with Greg Matzik and Jessica Tai from earlier this week on Wisconsin's Midday News. And just as charming as he comes across as the biggest hype man on the bench. You know what? It's interesting, as he said, in the same way we talk about Giannis being so poetic sometimes in his press conferences, this is their second language.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And to be able to express themselves so well. I tried learning French when I was dating a French guy.
Okay.
I don't think I remember anything. And so the
Thank goodness, because you dumped him anyway.
Yeah, so exactly. Now I married a nice Wisconsin guy who also barely speaks a little Spanish.
There you go.
But to achieve what they've achieved and done what they've done, and also express themselves and communicate as well as they do, all in their second, if not third language, is commendable.
It is very exciting, and it's taliveshow.com. You can hear all of that, you can hear the Thanasis podcast anywhere you get your podcasts. You can hear all of that interview if you go to WTMJ.com. It's under the Wisconsin's Midday News tab. Hear the whole thing, and we got to start wrangling some big athletes or just giant people to come in and sit here. That'd be fun.
Because you're not a small potato.
And you are not a tiny.
Neither of us are small potatoes.
Right.
And so starting to have athletes come in and guess where we're going to rank and we can have a whole social media thread as far as how tall is this athlete compared to Brian and Kristen.
Oh, not so much. Okay, that's good.
Because Thanasis looks small next to Giannis, but is indeed, I think, 6'8", and so a very, very large human.
That's why I love standing next to him, because rarely do I have to look up to see anybody. You know, I'm always looking down. So when I get to stand next to somebody and look up, it's just a nice change of perspective for a moment. I can ask them to get things off the shelf.
Do you like it, or are you twinge jealous?
That they're taller?
When I meet women who are tall, like significantly taller than me, there's a part of me that feels put in my place a little bit.
No, I'm tall enough. 6'5" is good. I don't need,
Airplane's not comfortable.
No, nothing is comfortable. Nothing is comfortable.
Sighting Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 2:51. We'll be right back.
Throughout history, some people have been born into greatness because of their name or family. Others gained greatness because of their actions. On Wisconsin's Morning News, we celebrate everyday heroes, the John or Jane Doe who had no idea when they woke up one morning they'd be saving a life. Everyday Heroes, Thursday at 6:40 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living, transforming the culture of care.
Music director Ken David Mazur and the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra would like you to join them this month for Bachfest at the Bradley Symphony Center.
The MSO presents 2 programs over the course of 3 days, each dedicated entirely to the genius of J.S. Bach. Highlights include the Brandenburg Concertos 1, 3, and 5, the Glorious Magnificat, which will feature vocal soloists and the MSO chorus, and the stunning Orchestral Suite No. 3, which contains the famous Air on the G string. Plus, world-renowned harpsichord Mahan Esfahani and celebrated Baroque violinist Rachel Ellen Wong will be the featured soloists in concertos for their instruments. Bachfest runs March 22nd through the 24th. Select one program or